Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Well, you know us, we highlight excellence in broadcasting because, of course, we are the epitome. So we feel it's fair to, hold people to our standard. And when they meet it, we should really, we should highlight them.
We should celebrate it.
Yes. And so there's a Virginia TV station that did split-screen coverage of a tornado during Game 7 of the NBA semifinals between Denver and Portland back on May 12th. And people called in to complain. And, you'll see this split screen a lot. I've seen it a lot in baseball. They'll run a commercial, but they'll still keep sort of like the in-between innings action on.
They do it in wrestling, man, but I still fast forward on the DVR because they do obviously they want the focal point to be the advertising, but I just can't pay attention to that little box in the corner.
Yeah. Well, the station was not apologetic. They're like, look, man, we had to break for a tornado. We kept your game on TV. The meteorologist played the calls on the air of all the people complaining and said they'd always break in with coverage of a dangerous storm. They're just going to do that.
We broke into programming with the tornado warning and allowed you to continue watching Game 7 on a split screen. But apparently that upset some of you.
I thank you for absolutely ruining Game 7 of Denver versus Portland because you have to show a tornado warning for over a half an hour. We get it. This tornado has been on the TV for over 20 minutes, and I'm trying to watch the last 3 minutes, not on the BS split screen. This is BS. You guys are terrible at your job.
Tonight, we are not going to apologize for what we did.
Nice. I like the first guy. He didn't hold back.
No.
F you guys.
That was awesome.
So angry.
And I love how they go, we're going to let you know that we're not apologizing. So it might be the first time I've ever heard somebody make a statement about not apologizing. Usually they would just not apologize.
We're putting our foot down on this one, BJ.
Yeah.
So it's in Virginia.
Yeah.
And it was a game between Denver and Portland.
Which, maybe this guy is from Denver or Portland, or maybe he's adopted one of those teams, but...
Or he just loves basketball.
Yeah, it's just like, dude, I mean, what do you expect them to do? If it was in Denver or Portland, you might have a bit of a complaint. I get it.
Yeah.
But they still kept it split screen. I feel like, I would want to know about a tornado, and I think that, not everybody is watching the game for the entire time.
And what does it matter? Golden State's going to walk through any team anyway. It didn't matter at that point. And that's actually what happened.
Yeah. And look, Golden State, I think they've got injuries, and they still might walk through every team.
Well, yeah, they had no problem with Portland.
No, unfortunately.
And so what are they waiting for? Toronto and Milwaukee, right?
Yeah. And Milwaukee, everybody thought they would be the team, but they just lost in Game 5. So
that's
now it's 3-2 they're down.
Go Canada.
Damn. But, do you want to go Canada? Because, like you said...
Well, Canadians are a lot more polite, BJ, so if they interrupt, the Canadians aren't going to...
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. They
say the F word.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Or at least nicely.
Yeah. So, that's lovely. Now, I don't know if that compares to a 37-year-old guy in Florida. His name is Mark, and, well, he did what we've all wanted to do, crash weddings.
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
That would be pretty awesome. Whenever I see a wedding happening, like if we go to a park and you see people having a good time, like, okay, we can just kind of swoop right in.
I know. I've always
get a free drink.
I always wanted to get my Vince Vaughn on. I'm just not, I just can't.
You don't have the nuts for it.
No, I don't.
No.
I don't either.
I
wouldn't quite put it that way, but yeah, that's pretty much what that's the truth.
Whenever we have our radio conventions, it seems like sure as ass every time we go to those radio conventions in like Chicago or Atlanta, there's a wedding happening.
Yeah.
And everyone's all dolled up, and I always tell myself, I should pack a suit. And then just bring it for these radio conventions and just go to that wedding.
Oh, and plus, I want to get up there and make a speech.
Oh, my gosh. Next level.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You should. You see the names. It says, Mark and Mary's wedding. So it's like, guys, I got to tell you about Mary. I mean, we just thought, and then just lead into the most horrible thing.
Let's do it this year. Let's all bring suits. We just post up by where the wedding DJ is, flip them give them like $20, $30 and be like, yo, I just got to talk. I'm the uncle.
Yeah.
And I know I'm not supposed to give a speech, but I need to let them know how much I love them.
Yeah. Can I just give you a tip?
Yes.
And then he's like, sure.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah. Oh, man, that'd be fun. All right.
All right. I now just have to buy a suit.
You don't have a suit?
Not one that fits.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if we go halfway through the wedding, you can definitely do like the loosened tie, no suit jacket. So just wear nice pants, a white shirt, and then like a loose tie.
Okay.
Perfect.
I got all that.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
I got you.
Nice.
Yeah. But if you're going to go out and make a speech, I don't know.
I'm not making the speech. You are.
Okay. I'll make
that's
the speech.
all on you,
I'm
man.
just a drunk cousin that's eating more food than anyone else.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Well, drinking's got to be part of it, Steve. That's a fact. Because this dude, Mark, he crashed a wedding. He'd been drinking, strolled into the reception area, hit the open bar. See, you got the open bar. Don't have to know the bride and groom. That's what he did. Then, of course, he stumbled on the dance floor and tried to cut in on the groom's first dance.
Oh.
See, that's not what you do. No, you got to make the speech.
I wouldn't mind that. The first dance is awkward. Everyone's watching. I wouldn't mind someone breaking that up a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I just use that as an opportunity to continue eating because usually
But I'm talking as the groom. I can't continue eating. I have to dance.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I wouldn't mind someone breaking that up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think my wife would agree. The
Yeah.
two of us, as we were dancing, I should have edited this song. It's way too long.
Yeah, how long was that?
It was like 4.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably could have done the
It's
2-minute
very-
version.
It's our favorite Mother Love Bone song, but when you're having to dance while all your friends and family are watching you dance, man,
Staring at you.
it's awkward.
So security showed up. He took off. They chased him up to the roof where they held him until cops got there. Boy, this guy this was a fun adventure for him. His eyes were bloodshot. He was slurring his words. And when they asked for his social security number, he gave them his phone number instead. Wow, that's interesting.
That's how drunk you are.
I didn't know the cops ask you for your social security number. That's a lot of information.
It's 867-5309.
That's what it is. There you go.
My name's Jenny.
I love this, though. The bride and groom, they were not upset. And here they are talking about the whole thing.
When we kind of looked, we were like, oh, there's a guy dancing next to us. I'm like, is that your friend? He said, I thought it was your friend.
We've seen all the movie, and we never would have thought that could happen to us.
If we could give him a high five for giving us an unforgettable wedding, we would. I hope he enjoyed himself for the time he was in there.
Well, she's got a pretty good attitude.
Yeah.
I mean, usually bridezillas are like, man, I had the perfect wedding. You ruined everything.
Shoot him.
Yeah, exactly. They said, you know what we went through? Officer, put him down.
Someone texted and said they went to a wedding where there's actually another wedding happening right next door to our reception. They had free beer and live band, and we had DJ. Several people would come to get beer on our side, and several hours we would go over their side for the DJ. It was awesome. So you guys just started merging the two parties.
I feel like that's okay.
Yeah.
Because you're both celebratory. You're both there for the same reason. Sure.
You're there to celebrate love.
Oh, yeah. Then you definitely got to have people mix up the speeches just to see, if it would match.
Somebody said you should give Kirk's speech at the end of the Wrath of Khan.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah?
Yeah, it really was. But of course, they'll be like, nobody died. Why are you acting like somebody died?
Even better.
And at the end, his voice breaks. And I will always consider both of these my friend. And he just starts crying. It's like the worst acting job ever.
Yeah, you got to keep the whole Shatner-esque.
Because he really breaks. He goes, I'll always consider him my friend. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Jeez.
Yes.
I'm going to do it. Yes,
oh, my goodness.
Let's all right, Steve.
Beam me up.
We've got a plan.
And that's how you leave.
These people, they're married. They're married now. God!
Live long and prosper.
Well, that's the guy he was talking about, actually. But I'll be talking about the bride and groom. Well, I don't know if he wasn't in the movie. Sorry. The most embarrassing thing to ever happen to a teen, we've had a lot of things happen to us as teens. This one, though, this teen, he needed to be rescued after getting stuck to a pipe. And yes, he was doing what you think he was doing. Steve will tell you all about it. He's got the MIGS Report for you at 6:17.
BJ and MIGS, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Well informed on the issues of the day? Not this guy. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the MIGS Report.
Well, thanks, guys. Thanks to Kia Up Y'all for giving us the MIGS Report. And happy, if the urinal smell a little weird, it's National Asparagus Day today.
Oh, that's lovely.
But it's also National Brothers Day.
Oh.
Brother. So I figured, who better to bring into this room than your daughter to speak the good words about her brother, Joe.
Oh, wow.
So I'm putting you on the spot, Sarah.
Oh, great. Happy Brother's Day, Joe.
Thank you.
What is your favorite thing about your brother?
You know, my absolute favorite thing about him is that he can drink as much as I can drink.
That's saying something,
And
Steve.
he loves Jack Daniels like I love Jack Daniels. A lot of people can't do whiskey, and he can handle it like a champ.
Wow, this is a really touching alcoholic tribute to your brother.
You raise some kids who know how to put down their liquor.
You must
should
feel
be proud.
very proud, yeah.
That's
I mean, what else is great about him? I don't know.
Wow. Basketball, cooking.
Basketball. I like that basketball is the first thing on his list. Well, hey, happy Brother's Day, and thank you, Sarah. And tomorrow's a big day for you, Sarah, because tomorrow is National Wine Day.
Yes, and on a Saturday, perfect.
That's right.
Get your boxes of Franzia now, people.
They say that Americans drink an average of 4 glasses of wine per week, but for Sarah, it's 1 box of wine per week.
And is Sunday Sunday National Rehab Your Children Day? Is that?
It's probably hungover day. Let's get real. Wine gives you the worst hangover.
Where is your favorite place to drink wine?
In my basement.
Okay, because they say 3 out of 4 people say their favorite place to drink wine at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way cheaper.
That's a good point.
You can get a bottle for like a glass, like at the restaurants. Yeah.
Happy Brother's Day. Happy Wine Day.
Thank you.
It's the perfect weekend for your daughter, Sarah.
Yeah, I'm very proud of how this all really worked out.
No, you actually should be proud, though, that your son has never done something like this teenager in a different country, that is Malaysia. 16-year-old boy. He decided that, well, you know what? There's a pipe in the wall. I should do something to that pipe.
Oh, yes.
And he did that. It's a waist-high pipe sticking out of the wall. Apparently, it was a little too tempting to resist. So he did some stuff.
Yeah.
And then got stuck.
Okay, there you go.
And was stuck like that for an hour before he called for help.
Oh, boy.
How weird is that? Who's the first person that shows up to that situation? Little brother?
Mom.
You're probably right.
No.
They had to get rescuers to come over and cut the pipe free from the wall and then take him to the hospital where they would have to have the pipe removed from his junk.
Ay, ay, ay.
Here's the audio of the crew using a large circular saw to try and set free the kid. And when you hear the sound of the saw, you're like, do not put that anywhere near my area. Wow, right?
Wow. This is, I mean, how are you not the story for the rest of everybody's life?
And that's something that probably could happen to so many kids, so many teens doing so many stupid things. And yeah, he's screwed.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very odd story that happened in your area. Good old Massachusetts.
Yeah.
44-year-old guy came back to his house, noticed that someone broke into his home. Here's the problem. They didn't take anything.
No?
In fact, they cleaned up his house.
They broke into his house and cleaned it?
Literally. They just cleaned and tidied up everything in his home. And here he is talking about it. Joe?
It was terrifying just to know that somebody was in your house, but they scrubbed everything down, did the shower, did the toilets. These toilet paper roses were left on my toilet paper rolls. Nothing had been taken other than just being rearranged and cleaned.
All right, well, thanks. I'm so confused right now.
I'm confused, too.
Yeah, well, anyways, turns out, though, they decided that they realized that it was a cleaning service that came to his house by accident.
Oh, well, that's good news.
And apparently left the back door open. Talk about good timing.
Oh, yeah. You know, I like that plan, actually. You know, I could leave the back door open and I could actually get myself robbed or cleaned. All right, that's a 50-50 shot.
Mariners are in Oakland. They're going to be playing tonight. Hopefully they win at 7 p.m. on Root Sports. As far as weather, 59 degrees and cloudy. And thank you, Como, for...
Yeah, buddy. Are you ready? You're still on the bandwagon? You off the bandwagon?
I'm back on the bandwagon.
Oh, you're back on the bandwagon?
Well, they're not that far out of the wild card spot.
Yeah, see, so
4 or 5 games.
You had a reason to believe. See, if you didn't look at the wild card, you'd have been off.
Hey, somebody said, who on the show do you think is most likely to get their junk stuck in a pipe? I'm going with the Rev, the texter said.
What?
Wow.
No.
I would say Vicky.
Wait a minute.
Oh, my.
I mean, who's the one that would, maybe do stuff that you wouldn't do stuff to that you could get in trouble with?
I feel like it'd be the other way
How
around.
is she going to get stuck in a pipe?
Well, what if she maybe uses a device and maybe the device has some sort of suction capability and then all of a sudden...
No, I'm not doing that.
No, you're not going to do that?
No.
All right,
that's icky.
I'm trying to bring you in on the family.
I appreciate you attempting to do that.
If Vicky was a dude, do you think she'd be the candidate?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Totally, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to have to vote. I'm going to pick me.
Okay, good job. I'd pick you too.
Yeah.
I would pick you too.
Well, you do know your body best.
Yeah.
And I'm dumb enough to try something. As a teen, I would have been dumb enough to try that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would be if I was too nervous to hurt myself, and so I would be like, I'm not going to do that. I could hurt I don't know what. Or I would be afraid there's something in there.
Oh,
in this very strange area that might come back. It might bite me. I watch too many horror movies. I don't want to Alien.
Geez, dude.
What, like Pennywise?
Yeah, or face hugger. Instead of a face hugger, it would be a blank hugger. I don't need that.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was too nervous to do stuff like that. Yeah. So I wouldn't do it. Hey, speaking of great movies, where a lot of people are very excited for this new Terminator movie. Because Linda Hamilton's looking awesome.
Dude, did you see the trailer?
I didn't. I totally missed it.
So fantastic.
I mean, I can always watch it anytime, but I didn't realize it dropped yesterday.
Yeah. I kind of out of nowhere. I wasn't really expecting it.
Yeah, it's Terminator Dark Fate. It was unleashed on Reddit yesterday, of all places. And after it was shown, Arnold Schwarzenegger actually stuck around and answered some fan questions in the comments. And one person asked, quote, "Did you know how hilarious Commando was in a great way while filming it?" And Arnold actually, he took it in stride. He didn't take it. He wasn't upset by it. He said, "Oh, yeah." He said, "As soon as I carried 1,000
That's not how he sounds.
Oh, you want to
come on, man.
You want to do Arnold?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you do his damn impression all the time. You finally have a quote from him and you're not going to do it?
All right. Well, that's okay. Okay. So, as soon as I carried the 1,000-pound log with one arm, I knew it was funny. But let me share the scenes you didn't see that I tried to get in. I wanted to cut a guy's arm off and kill him with it. That wasn't in the script. He would throw a knife at me, and after he missed, while his arm was still extended, I'd chop it off at the shoulder with a machete and beat him to death with it.
He did not say that.
Yeah, he did.
This is amazing.
That would have been awesome.
Why is that not in the movie?
I guess they felt it was too extreme.
A little too much there?
Oh, not these days. If they remake it, they got to do that.
Oh, yeah. He said, needless to say, well, I was asked by the head of the studio to come to his office, and he said, "What the F is the matter with you? Do you want to make the money with this movie, or do you want to make an X-rate the movie?" I said, "You're right." And he said, Get the F out of my office.
Get to the chopper.
Get down.
I can't believe they talked to him that way.
Yeah, I know, huh? How about that? Arnold.
What a movie.
Yeah, Commando, though, wasn't that one of his first movies?
And
before
before
he became a giant star. This movie, I think, is really what helped launch him.
It was one of those and that and Predator. Those were some of the big ones that got him going with those.
Yeah,
but this one had Ray Don Chong.
Yeah,
and Alyssa Milano was in this movie.
And I think, did Predator come after Commando? I think it did. I feel like it did.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think he was probably still new enough that somebody could talk to him that way, yeah. By the time it got to, Total Recall, I don't think anybody's talking on.
Dude, I don't care how new he is. Look at him back in those days. The dude was just a massive...
Yeah, I see what you mean. I don't know.
I don't know if I tell anyone that looked like that to get the F out of my office.
I think you better sit down. You get out of your own office.
And just as a note, considering how ridiculous Commando is, I'm surprised they didn't put this in there because this movie has a scene where he drops a guy from a bridge and then Ray Dong Chon asks what happened to him and he goes, "I let him go."
Yeah, he has some great
there
lines.
are some amazing lines in this movie.
Yeah, and that's the thing. 1985, I guess beating a guy with his own chopped off arm was a little extreme for those days.
No.
Yeah, just a little too
If
much.
they ever remake this film,
yeah.
They probably have. I don't remember. I don't know. But if they ever do, of course, I'll have someone else playing the main role, but they should have a cameo from Arnold and he beats somebody with their arm.
Yeah, I think so. Just as an homage to that whole thing.
Yes.
I like that. I like that a lot. I like when they do stuff like that, actually, because, in the new Star Trek movie, they had Spock and Uhura get together, which wasn't in the main series, but it was sort of an homage to us geeks that Shatner, it was supposed to be Spock doing the first interracial kiss with Uhura back in the 60s, and instead Shatner said, "I'm the guy who's the star of this show. If anyone's going to do a big thing like the first interracial kiss, it should be me, Captain Kirk." And so Leonard Nimoy lost out on the opportunity. So I love that they kind of gave us that nod by putting Uhura and by putting Spock together in JJ's movie because that's how it was supposed to be in the 60s.
BJ, Rev just informed me, I don't know if you know this, but Shatner's coming to town.
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what?
He's going to be at McCaw Hall on June 10th. Welcome to William Shatner's universe.
Well, let's get him on. You know, he usually does a lot of promotion.
Yeah.
I'd love to get him on. He's been a great guest for us every time. Let's get him on. I can't believe we could maybe have him on the show.
Can you just talk like that to Shatner?
No, you can't do that.
I can't do that. I mean, I've been,
although it'd be funny.
I know, but I've been backstage with William where people were jerks to him, and the poor guy is just like, can you just leave me alone? So I really felt sorry for him that day. So I think I just would want to be kind to him if I can. Damn. Wow. I'm excited. I almost want to go to that.
Wow, that's a ringing endorsement.
Well,
I almost want to go.
Shatner, it's good to have you on the show. I'm almost thinking about going to see you perform.
I know. I really, yeah.
What are you doing on June 10th?
I don't even know what that day that is.
June 10th.
Thanks, buddy. You're a real pal. You know what? You cleared it all up for me. Thanks. Is that a weekday?
It's a Monday.
Oh, yeah, it's a school night. But you know what? He's old. He might actually start it early for us, early bird special people.
Yeah, 7:30 p.m. I mean,
that's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad. All right. Maybe I will go see it. All right. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one right, but he had a very, very hard time saying it.
In regards to North
I don't know.
and South Korea, what does DMZ stand for?
Oh, I worked at a place called Dance Mania Zone in college.
That's it.
Demilitarized. Yes, I know it. I can't pronounce it.
You got to do it.
Demilitarized zone.
Yes!
Wow.
Yeah, Steve, you win.
You got there.
I sounded it out.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. That's right. You want a shot at beating Steve? He might have the right answer, but say it wrong, and you could beat him. 206-421-ROCK. We're going to play Beat Migs at 647 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. If I can't afford to pay my bills, how am I going to afford attorneys and bankruptcy fees?
You know, one of the things people ask me all the time as a bankruptcy lawyer is that how am I going to pay all these fees and costs because I'm here because I can't afford to pay my bills? And of course, we understand that. I mean, being in the bankruptcy field. But you know, one of the things to remember is that if you decide, once you make the decision to file bankruptcy, you can stop paying on all of the creditors that are going to be included in the bankruptcy, and those are the funds that you can use that you have been paying your creditors to pay your attorney fees and court costs to get your case filed. And once your case is filed, you're not going to have most of those payments anymore.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
If your tank water heater's over 8 years old, you may be sitting on a ticking time bomb. It could start leaking without warning, causing far more damage than the loss of the heater itself. Consider replacing it with a Navien tankless water heater. No storage tank to leak, endless hot water for spa-like comfort, longer life, and backed by Navien's strong warranty. Before time runs out, visit tanklessmadesimple.com for the name of your Navien contractor.
Count on